Right, welcome back. Hello, everyone. Let's continue playing OTTD in Hot Country, and here's our review as in what we're doing. So it's a 4 mega tile map. We have about 700 towns, 1,500 odd industries. We're still kind of baby steps getting the passenger and mail services up and running, about 20% done on that. So with that, a more standardized overview of what's going on. So as you can see, I'm on the left side of the map, whatever direction that may be, and just connecting all these dots or gems, like local services and then the train lines. So if you've been watching my activities, this is like kind of standard procedure for me. And so having a look at the cargo flow map makes life a little easier. So I did actually get this going. Good. So I guess no, I did not want the towns. What am I doing? I think we're just kind of heading that upwards direction. So the next train line is going to run here. There's one pseudo dummy stop for this. So I don't think I'll be bothering with these just yet. So I guess that's sorted. Then this one, and then up to infinity and beyond. The only slightly annoying thing, each time I close the game or reload or change anything, I have to get my dummy clonables up. Did I? I probably can't. I don't want this. I don't want the town. Shared orders. They always change something. Whatever. What I'm trying to get to is to actually get stuff to clone. So they can fall into the right position. But I think most of these only take one. Effort will work around it. Okay, let's go. We have a time ticking. Not that time was countable as such. Yes, good for you. Okay. And you're lost. Bye. All right, where are you going? Ah, to be honest, I think this is a good example of I have no idea why we would want to go around half of the world rather than just kind of do that. I had a manager many years ago, and the guy non-stop said kind of. It was incredibly annoying. So I should probably try kind of not to do that. Because it's kind of terrible. Okay, so clone that. And I still need to clone. Yeah, you. No, not that. You. And there's way too much crap here. I kind of can't see. I'll stop that. Okay. Go. I'm sure that there's some place a group of shared orders whereby I can just loan. Honestly, I think these guys are generally losing enough money as is. Fascinatingly, no, they're not. Oh, could stick to medium. Nah, I'll stick to small. Also, they're actually faster, so hello. Wow, slightly overloaded. So I don't know if I want to get out this way at the moment, and the answer is not really. It's a little more interesting is that whatever is running here is overloaded. Yeah, don't do that. I don't see what's going on. Those were mails. Yeah, I don't think we need the second one. This is a random shout to whoever has a tendency to dislike the videos. Leave a comment. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you not liking what I do. If you don't say what I'm doing that's against your views or liking, it's not going to change. Okay. I'm just trying to make up my mind if I actually want to bother with any of these. The answer is no. I'm going to stick to like the serve level. Is there a town? There's a town. Where's my cow? Is that my cow? No, that's not my cow. It's not my town. You can't find a path to continue. Well, that's new. So why is everyone congregating here? God. Yeah, this line's a little busy. Okay. Well, such is life. Busyness is business. Some such anyway. I'm going back to the where's my cow? Is that my cow? I'm pretty sure if anyone keeps listening to my really ad hoc comments, half of you either think I'm crazy, probably a much smaller proportion if you actually know where some of these quotes come from, and they're all over the place. For everyone else, it's Discworld. On Discworld is kind of hilarious now that I said don't say kind of. Elements of it anyway. It's depending on what you include in your calculations, it's 40 odd books, I think. Do I have there? No, I'm going to put this station here. Although it's a variety of storylines, like you have the city police, you have the witches, you have what? The wizard, death. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about, Ted Pritchett, awesome works, plural. He wrote a large number of relatively entertaining books that have some vaguely linked story lines, as in the underlying story is that there's a universe, something called the Discworld, which is essentially a flat Earth style place. And I listened to it long enough ago that I now don't remember if it's a disc on four elephants on top of a turtle or some such anyway, floating in space, blah 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 blah. And there's like magic and I don't know what. And I think the capital of whichever continent is a city called Ankh-Morpork, some such. And essentially it's just like stories involving a variety of groups of people, such as the city police or weirdo witches and Death himself as a character. And for myself, definitely the city police is more the outstanding storyline. I should listen to those again. It's just I have a very literal 300 book sci-fi queue that I need to get through. Yes, this is my town. And I'm still listening to the Blade of Heaven. Well, they're coming to an end, or coming to the end as such. Okay, I don't want. This is also a town. Okay, let's come this far. Slight waste of going off on a tangent here, but in other vaguely related news, I have mostly succeeded in automating the new GIS stuff. So in case you're wondering what I'm on about this time, I mentioned at some point previously that I'm doing this 2CC NML revival thing. So most of it is now being generated through Python as part of an Excel file. Not the other way around. Well, anyway. I still haven't automated the graphics NML script part, but that's not so much of an issue for now because we're not really adding new things. And again, if you know how to draw, preferably in that style, shout, or else I'll have to ask Gemini to do it. Which is not only frowned upon by others, not so much by me, but while I haven't actually tried it, I'm pretty sure it's going to have terrible outcomes because the AI is as good as take three. If the AI is as good at drawing as it's actually generating Python code precisely to instructions, then I think we'll end up with dinosaurs on Rails. The next step, I guess, will be badges. Like a whole system of badges. It's kind of hilarious because I've found that there's another guy, I'm assuming it's a he anyway, that has his own version of 2CC. And he cloned a few months before I did, but he's specifically doing narrow gauge only. I haven't actually checked if his things are on, well, I know that it's on GitHub. I haven't really looked into it, and also I don't want to nick other people's things. I know it's licensed in a way that, you know, almost everything is GPL3. 1, 2, I can't count. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. But I think it would be more than just a bit of a dick move to just, I'm just going to take all your drawings and bye-bye. Also, I have said this before, and that I'd like this whole thing to be some form of a community involvement, and if, people care, I care. If people don't care, I'm just going to use it in my own games, and that's it. I will upload it to Bananas at some point. I just want to get to the... Hey, 1000. Woohoo. I just want to get to the point where it's like quality enough. So one of the things I've found, for example, like if you go on GitHub and you search, 2cc train something revival, you'll find the whole package, and there's an NML file. And I not like I've tested it in terms of the voltages and the types do appear to work, which is important. But then because I reclassified them over and over again, at some point the labels, like the string value labels, and reality go out of sync. Because hey, cat food time. Yet. Because what happened was that initially I classified a bunch of trains as 15 kilovolts, and then later I realized that they're actually either multi-voltage or dual pickup, like overhead plus. Yeah, this is as far as we come. It's already a little too far. In fact, I'm not even going to. Yeah, I'll do it. I think we'll, quite literally do a line here, sort of thing. So they classified a number of vehicles as either multi-voltage or dual pickup. But then I didn't actually update the English language strings. And so I generated the GRF file, and works. Just doesn't say what it needs to say. Which, since has been fixed, I didn't actually upload that GIF file to GitHub. There's not much current interest. I mean, Discord on the topic has been quiet, which is fair enough. I can't go expecting people to rally around me in the whole world just for this. I'm not the voice from outer space. So here we go up that way. Money is generally okay. How's all this passenger shit doing? Reasonably well, actually. Surprising. Nope, I don't want that long. I could just turn them around. It's not like it costs anything extra. It's a bit tedious dealing with the passenger mail stuff, but needs doing. At least we have slightly fewer towns this time than in the big map. I'm just conscious that if I gang this one in there and pretty much all these in there and everything else, it's going to get particularly busy. No, do it here. Hmm? I think we're using that already. Parcel term. Yeah, we're using the parcel term. Now, if I only knew if this was the people, no, it's apparently the male. Weird. Fine. Not that I cared at the moment. If we ever get to the end of doing all these 700 odd settlements, I'll then review how it goes with regards to busyness. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I want to take down the volume on the music, my music that is, because it's way too loud. Yeah. You guys do have music, I think. It's just way too quiet. Anyway, I'll press play. I mean, again, no one ever said anything about the music over the past 2 months odd that I've been playing OTTD, so I'm never quite sure what the consensus may be. There appears to be a lack of stop here. This was mail. I can imagine you live in this town in the middle of nowhere. You have this totally romantic old wooden bridge. It's all quiet, and then this idiot comes in, me, and replaces it with a cantilever modern bridge. Like, what? Total uproar. Hmm. Yeah, that is music. Binky bag. It's not really a place to turn it out here, mind you. So what I'll do is this. I don't actually know how towns go in terms of, like, if I do this, are they going to kind of go around? And I should stop saying kind of because it annoys myself. Me. It's funny that whoever made the new GRF made the effort to replace this, but not that. And this, but not that. And then this one's not likely to keep going anywhere directly. Like, could hook it into there here, but I am not likely to bother. Just think you still go down the whole place. Well, you know it better than I do. Time-wise, I think we're about half an hour-ish. Yeah, 22:27. Hey, bunch of towns. Yeah, lots of towns. Again, it's slightly suboptimal in terms of turning it around or the lack of it, but we're not going to continue down that far now. I just want to put a depot here. Ah, nowhere to go, nowhere to go. Panic, panic. That's 3 towns. The other useful element of this map, the cargo flow stuff, is that you can actually see if you muck up something. Like if I hook this one into that one or something because I accidentally pressed the wrong button or don't delete whichever step or stop, neither or both, whichever. Why are you coming here? Ah, because this is where you think you can turn it down because someone is an idiot. Right. Okay, well, I guess we're must have moved out. Again, this will be particularly busy. Well, I guess I wanted this road layout. It's a setting, so made you cake. Now you eat it. Which, never mind. I was about to say which still doesn't solve the issue of turning it out here, but I can turn down there. I wanted this. There is a hotel. So I'm here, I'm just thinking about this sort of connection, like get boating or something, but to be honest, I am not tempted to bother. I do, okay, if I do this, that includes these kind of buildings. Stop saying kind of. So, because I don't want it to overlay too much with the hotel. I have a few more here just because. Just because A, it's a longer distance, and B, because it's more stops than hotel. And so, what's going on here? This is going to be yet another dreadful layout because I mean, this is fine, then this hooks in all the way. At least this is a pretty long stretch. Yeah, lots of people. I am tempted to extend, remove, extend. Well, actually, it could be just 3 to mouse bridge. How many people here? Plenty. Okay. Maybe I should put down, an actual station. That would be beneficial. And then you. Sky bridge. I'm not sure that was a marvelous idea because they then cannot build there. So try it right here. Less in the way. This mini hill is annoying for our purposes. everyone can turn wherever they want. Good. So that's, so if I don't say kind of sorted, then what's the grammatical alternative for a valid use of the word? Just about sorted? Because of course, kinda is a filler word. Kinda this, kinda that is annoying. But if I say it's kind of sorted because it's not fully sorted, there's more work to do, that sort of concept, then it's valid use. Did I? Sorry. Well, how about this? Only for the reason of coming up this far, I'll do the extension, but we're a little out of range. Noodles would. Meh. Well, noodles would need to stop. Otherwise, it's going to be a little difficult. In which case, no, that one. Yeah, so now we have this sort of extension. Kind of. Haha. Because we actually need to instantiate it. And then come up here. Sorry, I know I sound like I'm dying. I don't know what's going on. You'll just have to bear with my less than perfect voice. Which vaguely reminds me in the, I think it was the previous episode of this, but if not, I'm just mixing up. Don't say kind of. You're lost. You want to go to Snoozle Pool, but you cannot. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah. Shut up. Sorry. I'm picked up something, obviously. So I don't know if I said this in the previous episode of this map or the other one. Hey, we're almost done. I was saying that a few days ago it was someone's leaving due, and I looked into the crystal ball and predicted that the actual leaving due is not going to last long because we're all unsociable people, and the guy has a whatever health condition and something. Nope, I don't want that. So yeah, leaving due was an orange juice. I mean, here seems like a comparatively reasonable spot. This stands a little trickier because they have a lot fewer turnaround spots. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this appears like the place. And here is not much. No, I don't want 2 of those. It's not going to be that busy. And I'm not going to bother turning it around either. Sure. Cool. That'll do. I'm prepared to angle head. And then dangle head to wherever this thing is. Okay. Got 4 minutes and a bit. So what I'm going to do is start pulling out this train line and obviously not finish, because that would need a lot more time and I don't want monorail. Spot on building. Duh. Okay, I really don't want these. And we don't particularly want this setup either, because it's not good for us. So what will happen is that delete. Okay. It's a bit expensive, but I'm committed to environmental protection. Not. Also committed to not being a total idiot if possible. Yeah, these guys dislike me nowadays. So I just wiped all the rivers and stuff. Tough. Okay. This. What if I wanted to do this? That's fine. Bit suboptimal, but hey ho. So 2 minutes. Yeah, coming through here would be significantly less complicated, but never mind. There's an object in the way. Okay, no. And it's a no because when we get to faster airways, having to debug these minuscule bridges can be such a pain in the ass. Or faster maglevs, really, that is. Like even these, okay, I'm not going to do all that. What is this body of water here? Big body of water. Okay, that's actually a reasonably big body of water. So if I tentatively did this, it's 1 and yeah, as you can hear, that was my phone telling us that we're out of time. So what I'll do is I'm going to hook this in. And this. And then we pause and save the game. I can't actually see anything. Nope, I want that. All right, so save game. And big sigh. Thanks for your attention as usual. And yeah, any thoughts, comments, likes? Even if you don't like it, that's fine. Just say why don't you like it. Yeah, helps me and preferably everyone. So anyway, hopefully see you the next time. Bye bye.